Good afternoon, ladies. Where can I start you off with today? Coffee? Cocktails? The manager?
This is not funny.
If humans colonize another planet, what should be the very first rule we all agree to uphold? Automatic death sentence to anyone who damages the dome wall with malicious intent. Getting my doors professionally refinished was the right choice. Landlords should be banned from buying paint. Jaws did so much damage to the public image of sharks. I'm surprised they haven't sued for defamation yet. Who's gonna sue for the sharks? We really doing this again? He refused to let a robot control his food. Titanic wreck to be visited by another billionaire. 2 years after OceanGate disaster. Why would they do this? Like moths to a flame. I'm still this old. I can hear the magnet door opening and closing. Welcome to 2025, where actual piracy sites have less ads than YouTube now. I find it manipulative that our angry side is always seen as our true colors, as if being happy and kind means we're being fake. Well, both sides are you, it's just different parts of you. If you were kidnapped, how much can your circle of friends raise for your ransom? Awareness, they can raise awareness. Dentist, you're brushing your teeth wrong. Nutritionist, you're eating wrong. Parents, you're living wrong. Liquor store guy, excellent choice. If nukes fly, can it be in the morning? I just don't want to work all day, then just come home to nukes. The sign advises people to be cautious of cats that might jump out at you. Men are so simple. I fed him, turned on Spider-Man, and now he's laying with my Hello Kitty blanket. Not a thought in that noggin. Women really can't comprehend how easy it is to please a man. 8-year-old me, not a cell phone in sight, with a can of hairspray and a lighter, just absolutely living my best life, possibly the best hummingbird feeder. If you're having a bad day, just remember, Vienna Airport has a desk for those who arrived in Austria instead of Australia. Guys get one good year in their life and live in nostalgia for the rest of it. The fact that walls get dusty is ridiculous. You're vertical, act like it. Tumblr constantly has gems like this, where someone says something seemingly inane, but it's actually a thought we've all had at some point in our lives. Me, trying to stop the gorilla from fighting the stupid 100 men provoking him. He'll just get shot like Harambe if I don't. I'm going to steal the sea. My grandson works at this location. Please remove the sea from the side. I will buy you some small armor so you can travel with me. Yeah, go ahead. Awesome. Japan's startup unveils 15-foot robot suit for space exploration. Missing teen girl gets engaged to the cop who searched for her 15 years later. Can't even rescue maidens from dragons anymore without people calling it problematic. Making internet friends is cool until they say, bro, I'm in your city. Enjoy. In The Godfather, the cat Marlon Brando holds wasn't planned. It was a stray from the Paramount lot. Brando picked it up on the spot, and its purring was so loud it nearly buried his lines. No way this woman left her house without noticing she looked like Austin Powers. Your parents are going to be home in 10 minutes. What do? Come back in 11 minutes and ask them what's going on. How kids from 4076 described the fall of the Roman Empire, knowing they was chilling at home reading stone tablets and shooting blanks to Cleopatra. My dad and his buddy playing Sega in 1992. Me, gets on the floor to do crunches. My dogs, thinking I got on the floor to cuddle. The newest version of ChatGPT passed the US medical licensing exam with flying colors and diagnosed a 1 in 100,000 condition in seconds. I can't wait for the future where Dr. Bot can almost instantly diagnose a rare and hard to detect condition, so Insurance Bot can deny coverage for the treatment much more efficiently. My mental health versus my advice to others. Forget everything you learned in college. You won't need it working here. But I didn't go to college. Well then, you're unqualified for this job. Didn't notice until I stole the pen. Good work, Jerry. He brings me beer, I steal his pen. Jerry is my favorite bartender. My dad believes the ultimate status symbol a person can have is the size of their TV. How big is the TV? A paltry 55 inches. Please don't be disappointed in me. Did you buy a magnifying glass too? My former boss and I are resigning at the same time, just to find ourselves working at the same company yet again. Your soulmates. My ex-coworker had a baby and named it Link, and I asked if it was inspired by Good Mythical Morning or Zelda, and she said no, it's to honor Abraham Lincoln, and I felt bad. Anyway, she just had another baby and named it Zelda. Right after she named the baby Zelda. Your shoes are on the wrong feet. I don't have any other feet. Fair enough. My iPhone 13 battery bulged when I was trying to order 17. Oh, you're leaving me? I'm pregnant. Internet. You live in the best times in human history. Be excited. How 90% of young guys guys live. Comparison of North American bear claws. Me. That thing I could have done right away, but didn't. Now it's a big problem. Computers used to scream out in pain when we connected to the internet. This was a warning, and we did not heed it. Can I interest you in the fact that if you get promoted as a garbageman enough times in New York City, you get/have to dress like a general? Turns out, if you tell them you are hosting a party instead of a wedding, the cost to rent the venue is 90% less. Am I here because I wasted my life making memes? Hundreds read your memes every day. You're in hell for wasting their life. I went to Waffle House for the first time to see a fight, but nothing happened. If you notice a foreign tourist in a Waffle House, it is your American duty to start a fist fight to ensure they get the full experience. The spoonful of honey I just had is the best darn honey I've had in my life. Find me the bee who is responsible. Blushes. If life is a never-ending loop of dirty dishes and laundry, then that means life is a never-ending loop of home-cooked meals and comfy clean clothes. Overheard after helping elderly ladies find their stop. See, I told you to ask the goth girl. Goth girls are always nice. I told my best friend of 6 years that I want a boyfriend, and this guy said, I volunteer. We are not friends anymore. Honestly, those work out pretty well. Are you sure you don't want a best friend for life? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? If I was interested, I would have pursued it a while ago. Dude was ugly, I'm not gonna— Damn! My technician leaves me notes about things I should know before I enter a patient's room. I think my technician needs a raise. She is his wife, not his daughter. Wouldn't that be a compliment though, because she looks young? Unless she looks a bit too young and he looks old. Anyway, is this nature's way of joking around? Golden yellow cryptocrystalline fluorite surrounded by quartz crystal points. Egg! Why are bugs so obsessed with looking like plants? Be yourself. A bird wrote this. I was helping my 9-year-old son clean his room and commented, You have way too much stuff. He says, I don't have money. I didn't buy any of this stuff. Son, 1. Mummy, 0. Into radio. Chief, you're not gonna believe this. We found Wally. We call it Wally in the UK, not Waldo. I have to lock Wonton and Milo out of my bedroom at night. Behold the offering of toys they brought to my door through the night in an attempt to pay admission. Face alone would work on me. Don't put your drama on social media and then tell us to mind our business. Listen, I'm on season 3, episode 4 of your nonsense. Safety standards in the 1960s. They were just doing anything. I like how the mum is trying to protect the daughter there, that's sweet. Is my boyfriend broken? Why did you leave WrestleMania on for the rabbits? They need to learn to protect us. I'd rather it happen in my sleep so I just don't know what's going on. Me, whenever my parents ask, what are you doing with your life? My goals are beyond my own understanding. Is there a specific post you still think about? I think about this one a lot. White folks be making 6 figures at jobs I didn't even know existed. So what do? You know the clicky sound when you use your mouse? Yeah, I install those springs. Pretty easy job. 148k a year. My literal wife, who married me and loves me, called me sexy 4 days ago, and I'm still riding that high. Men get 1 compliment every 3 to 5 business years and live off it like camels. If you're a giver, remember to learn your limits, because the takers don't have any. If you knew me before my 20s, you never actually knew me. You knew season 1 of me. We were severely underfunded, and the writing team was going through a lot. They printed $8 trillion, gave you 1,400, sent the rest to their friends, and left you with inflation. Well, thank you. Thank you for thinking about me. Cat's exhausted after a long day of you at work. When my wife was pregnant, I asked the midwife how many babies she had to deliver to become a full wife, and she shot my wife a look as if to say, you poor thing. I lost all my Marlboro points when I stopped smoking for top surgery. Now I have to chain smoke again. If your website says cool for price, I'd rather just never visit your site again. Does your drugs contain unhealthy gluten, sugar, or MSG? Not sure? Bring it down to your local police station and they will test it for free. No appointment necessary. 1 minute you're young and cool. The next you are excited you can cook 2 different things at once in your crockpot. I just walked into the kitchen to discover my boyfriend grating cheese directly into the dog's mouth. Richard Harrison's son rejects Dumbledore's role. In a recent interview, actor Jared Harris revealed he had no interest in playing Dumbledore in the upcoming Harry Potter series. His late father, Richard Harris, originally portrayed the beloved character in the early films. I don't get it, Jared said. The movies were fantastic. They should leave them alone. What's the point of a remake? Well, the point of a remake is to make more money. My bonus structure is based on the tickets I closed. Yesterday, a coworker's keyboard stopped working. He filed a ticket. Instead of replacing it, I stole the keyboard from the receptionist's desk and gave it to him. Now the receptionist filed another ticket. My keyboard is buzzing. The more tickets I close, the bigger my bonus. I'm plugging my manager's printer next. I guess they're not reindeer. My husband has been taking sailing lessons, and instead of putting it in our calendar, like a normal person, he prefers to stand up abruptly, stare out the window, and proclaim, I must go to the sea. The call of the ocean is one every man must answer once in his life. Last time I was on a sailboat, the boom hit me in the head. 2.5 years ago, Akash had told me I have a nice smile. I'm still riding that high since. You've got a nice smile. You're a dude. There is no threat to you when someone compliments you. It can actually just be taken purely as a compliment. Someone said he was complimented, and you found a way to victimize yourself over it. Fun fact, ancient Egypt lasted so long that ancient Egyptian archaeology was a career in ancient Egypt. All I can say is someone sure can strap down a tractor. The transition from sodium lighting to LEDs is especially visible from space. Chicago 2011 versus 2024. Relieved to see that the world did in fact used to be more orange and that I'm not going insane. Orange is nostalgic now. Librarian complimented the book I was checking out, like thinking the person who dances on poles is in love with you. 4chan is refusing to comply with the UK's new Online Safety Act. The site's been fined $25,000 plus daily penalties, but says it won't pay. Nothing more American than telling the British, screw you, I'm not paying taxes. When your wife explains all the drama at work, and it definitely sounds like she's the problem, but you have to be supportive. Amazon's proof of delivery photo, 10 out of 10. It should be illegal to take a nap and still have a headache when you wake up. Like, no, I shut it off and back on again. Why are you still here? I told my homegirl, I attract frick boys. She was like, you're a woman, you attract everyone, then you choose to get with those boys. I damn near jumped out the car. What even happens in men's group chats? Took the dew back to the mountains. Heartwarming. This is beautiful. I was your driver 3 months ago. Please remove me from the group chat. 23 years ago, Linkin Park released In the End. Why does this look like it takes place in the same universe as Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Unlucky. What about weekends? I work then too. I'm only free from 3:02 to 3:15 on the first Tuesday of every month. Ah, damn it. That's when my monthly shower is. Autism didn't exist back in my day. Now get out. You know it's my train time. They're talking about each other. He's so dreamy, I think I'm in love with him. I want to tell her that I love her. I'm so nervous. A horse walks into a bar. It is a bar for horsies. Everyone is having a nice time. I think about this student emo every day. Like Hamlet, I have hesitated to act for reasons I cannot articulate even to myself. May I have an extension on the Hamlet paper? They'll never find the body is a boring threat. Threaten that they'll never stop finding the body. They'll be recovering pieces of you for at least 3 months. You will be alive for at least 2 of them. That's terrifying. Still fancy that cup of soup now? Yes, because I'm fully aware that liquids start to solidify when you reduce their temperature. Holds up ice cube. Still fancy that glass of water? My friend has 6 locks on her door. She said her theory is to lock only 3. That way, if a thief tries to pick the locks, he'll always be locking 3 of them, no matter how he does it. Painted some doors in my house black a while back, and they look really nice, but it's just the middle of the night and I've heard the telltale sound of my sister walking face first into a closed door. Got her Looney Tunes style. Apologies to anyone who ever thought I was cool and reached out to me, only to discover I am just a little weird hermit who can't carry on a conversation to save my life. Low-key hate having a body. It's so high maintenance. Wash this, eat that, drink, sleep that. It's all very stupid. Are there science camps for adults? Like I just want to help someone dig up dinosaurs or count mushrooms or weigh turtles for like a week. My nephew just told this man in Chipotle, my auntie's body is not for your eyes. I was feeling so protected and loved till I turned around to see the finest man I've ever seen in my life. Gotta show my nephew a flowchart. I haven't seen you in weeks. Where have you been? Every hockey fight ever. Hit the lady at Chick-fil-A with a glad I could pleasure you after she said my pleasure. Sorry if I seem sad. I've got a new long sleeve shirt for fall, but I haven't been able to wear it yet because it's 94. Hypothetically, you get $1 million a day, but every day at a random point time freezes and your subconsciousness is flashbanged by the entirety of Cars 2. You have to watch the full movie while no time passes. There is no warning for when it happens. How many days would you do this for? This is hardly that bad. I would do this until I'm sick of cars. I'll probably do this for a year, 365 mil, and that's being greedy. Hell, I like Cars. Cars 2 came out on my birthday. Wait, yeah, I'd probably watch this for the rest of my life. I am begging the men of this world to be normal. He was trying to have a conversation with you and saw you as an intellectual peer. Unfortunately, he didn't know you are just an evil Jezebel. What is a Jezebel? That seems like something religious, right? And so now his punishment is being humiliated and blasted on social media. Sad. Oh man, my grand's notice for leaving her work. Wish I was kidding on. Notice of termination of employment. The job's crap and I'm leaving. I'll no be back after June 30th. Can he wait? Today I learned that the French have their own version of LOL. It's MDR, which is short for mort de rire, which translates to dead from laughter. They even type MDR the same way we would type lol. The internet is fun sometimes. My husband immediately took the trash out when I asked him to, and my 3-year-old said, I'm so proud of you for listening. Seems like my job here is done. Cats never understand that you're helping them get their claws metaphors unstuck from fabric. They're just like, you're tormenting me at the worst possible time, I hate you. My aunt, who has never been married before, told my cousin braids aren't appropriate to wear for her wedding. I asked her what hairstyle did she wear when she got married. Now everyone is yelling. I was just asking a question. Me disabling ad block on a site that asked me to do so, and see no invasive ad or pop-up once I refresh the page. It's quiet, too quiet. In your last year of college, lose your student ID and get a new one. The expiration date will reset and you can get another 4 years of discounts. Name the hardest line in all of fiction. Easy. Your worst sin is that you have destroyed and betrayed yourself for nothing. Stop, I don't want to think like this. Noticed that my vodka supply was dwindling. Confronted 23 and 17, who pointed the finger at 14, who guiltily confessed to making penne a la vodka several times over the last month. Didn't believe her, watched her execute it flawlessly. I guess it's a TikTok thing. Imagine the pressure she was under making that pasta to prove her innocence. Probably felt like Iron Chef in there. My husband just walked in and handed me a grilled cheese sandwich missing the top left corner. Every time he makes me toast or a sandwich, he presents it to me with one bite taken out. He always says, I don't know what's wrong with the bread you bought. It's defective. I haven't had a full slice of toast or a sandwich at home in almost 18 years. If there are infinite words, every version of me chooses defective bread in every one of them. The Russian guy I hired through TaskRabbit to help me move is telling me all of the things that are wrong with my diet that are making me so weak. The Russian guy my property manager sent to fix my shower's water temperature asked my boyfriend if the girlfriend wanted the water hotter. I wasn't home. Boyfriend said yes. Russian guy replied, the women, they prepare for hell. The real body count is how many people are in therapy because of you. I went to a psychic. I knocked on her front door. She yelled, who is it? So I left. Writers resisting the urge to develop a romantic relationship between a male and a... Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm just like reading this wrong, but is this person trying to say being straight is weird? The family I babysit for bought me a car for my 18th birthday. So thankful. I have a theory. Well, I kind of know what you're suggesting, but if she only just turned 18 now, before, that must make the person, you know, I think you know what I mean. Our HP printer hasn't been working for a month, and every manner of troubleshooting, resets, changing ink cartridges, didn't seem to work. After calling HP, they said the debit card on file had expired, so they manually disabled our print. How can they do that? In unrelated news, I'm radicalized. Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend and the actor that's portraying her in the Netflix series. A role she's actually suited for, and they fumbled it. Spotify has removed more than 75 million spammy songs in the past year amid its crackdown on low-quality AI-generated tracks. So did they remove AI or no? Did you guys grow up terrified to share your most basic interests, hobbies, and tastes with family friends out of fear of getting ridiculed and mocked, or are you normal? I guess I'm normal. So autism is everyone being mad at you forever, and ADHD is everyone being disappointed in you forever. Apple has agreed to pay $95 million to settle a lawsuit accusing Siri of eavesdropping on people. How the hell would she hear you say, hey Siri, if she wasn't already listening? There's a difference between active listening and just listening for a keyword. The sibling tigers. Don't skip it and you'll be showered with blessings tomorrow. This is why I read this, guys. I hope a blessing is coming for everyone watching this video. Called my overweight female friend a hecking chonker today, and now she won't talk to me. My female friend was crying about how fat she was, and I was trying to comfort her by telling her that she didn't look fat, but she kept accusing me of lying. So I thought saying, maybe you're just a hecking chonker, and that would cheer her up and lighten the mood, but she just looked at me and left. I hope she realized that I was only trying to be nice and that she's being irrational. I am petrified of water. Even drinking it terrifies me. Who knew my stillborn child had... How? And that is where the horror comes in. How indeed. This is so stupid. Treat yourself like I-80 and never stop working on yourself, no matter how much of an inconvenience it is for everyone else. How to be viral. How to actually make something valuable. I'm gonna give you guys a blueprint if you want to be a millionaire. Make a product which you can make YouTube videos about. You know that katana guy on TikTok and YouTube who makes those videos with the mini katanas who sells them? Pretty sure that guy made like 12 million in sales in 1 year. That's crazy. Cheated again. I kicked my 26-year-old girlfriend out of my Manhattan apartment in the middle of the night because I just learned that she cheated on me with multiple men. I gave her time to carefully pack her things and get dressed, then I made her leave. She took an Uber home roughly 40 minutes from my dorm and staffed lobby to her home in the suburbs. She says it was bad of me to kick her out in the middle of the night, that it's unsafe for a woman, that her dad was very upset at me and her girlfriends all think I should have at least let her stay until the... Hell no! So, here's my question. Do you think the Mets are going to make the playoffs next year, or are they going to blow it again? I ordered a chicken salad. Look at it. Some people hit the jackpot and still find something to complain about. During refurbishment of Paisley Abbey, Scotland, a number of the gargoyles had to be replaced. Being quite high up, it took a while to realize that the stonemasons had modeled one of them to look like a xenomorph from the Aliens films. The church saw the funny side. When you guys have fake conversations in your head, do you sometimes randomly say sentences out loud too? I was just tying my shoes and I said very sternly, I do know how ants work. This may be the most relatable thing I've ever read. I always catch myself in third person thinking, what am I even thinking about right now? Like, what is even the point? I'll be thinking about something really random and really niche in my head, just having a conversation with myself, and I'll just snap out of it and think, what the hell? I couldn't tell you I couldn't even give an example. I don't remember. Next time this happens though, I'll try and remember.